Hello again. I'm going to start this video by showing you how I line my slab moulds. Renee from Soaps for Love asked if I would do that. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to fit the whole slab into the video, but I will do what I can. So I've just got baking paper, which I just pull out to be wider than my mould. And then I fold over how much I need to go up the sides. Fold again for the next corner. Place that in my mould. And then for the other corner, work out exactly where it needs to be. Run my finger down. And then I just fold it carefully so it fits snugly in the corner. Cut the corners like that. And then fold. And this way, there's no gaps in the corners either, so there's absolutely no leakage of soap. If the batter's a little bit fluid, there's no soap going to escape out of the corners at all. And then I just do the same thing on the other side. Now, normally I also run a line of tape where this joint is, just so that no soap runs under there. But for this soap, I have a liner. If I can find where I purchased this from, I will put the link in the description box. So I have a few people asking me where I get my liners from. So there we go. All lined and ready for my next soap. Now we'll get to the soap making part of this video. I watched a YouTube video last week with Jordan from Bath Nuts Farmhouse. And he made a soap using Dead Sea salt. And all I've ever read about Dead Sea salt is that you shouldn't use it in soap making. But he actually dissolved it in the hot lye solution. So I thought I should like to give that a go. So that's what I'm going to attempt here today. I'm also going to be adding some Dead Sea mud to my soap. And this will be a goat's milk soap. So my fat, oils and butter are all melted together here, and I'm going to blend everything in before I add my lye solution. So here is my Dead Sea mud, Dead Sea mineral mud. Now it says on the back of here that the Dead Sea is the most saline body of water in the world, with far greater concentrations of minerals than any ocean. So a concentration of 32% minerals compared to other seas holding approximately 3%. So this is going to be a really mineral rich soap with the Dead Sea mud and the Dead Sea salt. So what I'm going to do first is pour some of my oils into here and blend this in and then pour it back in. Otherwise I think it's going to be a bit tricky to get that thick mud to blend in with my big batch. So I'll just start with that. So I think that's blended in quite nicely there. Now I'll pour that into my oils. Just clean up my messes as I go. So that'll just make it easier to blend in to my oils here, I think, than having the big lump of mud floating around. So now I'll give that a blend. And next thing will be to add my goat's milk. Now I'm going to minus the weight of the oil of the mud that I've just added from my goat's milk. So I'm not going to be putting the entire lot in. I'm just going to put this aside and weigh out my goat's milk. So very lucky to be able to access this goat's milk locally from a local farm. So it's fresh, it's frozen fresh for me. So my goat's milk's been added, we'll give that a blend. I like to put all my additives in before my lye solution. That way I'm sure I haven't missed anything, and you know, if anything's going to play up, I've already got everything added. I don't have to try to add things at trace. So I've got a blend of tea tree, lavender and clary sage in here. I thought with the Dead Sea mud being kind of medicinal, this would make a nice essential oil blend to complement the Dead Sea mud and the Dead Sea salt. So I'm going to give this a really good blend before I add my lye solution. And my lye solution is here. So what I did was mix my sodium hydroxide with my water and wait until that was fully dissolved, and then while the water was really hot I added my Dead Sea salt and stirred that. It took a while to dissolve it. I just stirred and stirred and stirred until it was dissolved. So that's why we've got a milky coloured lye solution here. And I'm going to run this through the strainer just to make sure everything is properly dissolved. My oils have started to thicken up because they've cooled down a bit, and they'll loosen up again once I add my lye solution. So I'll just pour that through the strainer. It's just a few bits of Dead Sea salt that didn't quite dissolve there, so I'll just leave those out. And we'll start blending this. This will loosen up again once I start blending. It's loosened up quite a bit there. Much more fluid now. So I'll just give it a really good blend. So that's had a really good blend. I've got a nice trace there now. I've been stirring it, making sure I've got everything up off the bottom and the sides. So I think we're just about ready to pour. So there we go. Nice trace. Everything's really well incorporated. And I shall just get my mould and we'll pour it in. Let's try and pour it low so we don't splash. I'm going to give this a bang on the ground just to level it all out. So I've banged this on the ground and given it a really good wiggle just to try and make sure it's all evenly distributed here. I think we're pretty right now. And little bubbles there, but there we go. Pretty happy with this. I'm going to cover it up and leave it until tomorrow when we'll come back and cut it. So here we are back the next day. Freezing today. The wind is just like ice outside, so excuse me, I've got a coat on. Here to take this silicone liner off. That is gorgeous. I do like that. Very nice. Look how pretty. And it smells amazing. Tea tree, lavender and clary sage. It smells really good.